Somebody came to my comment section and made a comment about Don Jazzy. He said, I don't trust Don Jazzy. He may be like P. Diddy of Africa or Nigeria. How would you, kind of attach the story of P. Diddy to Don Jazzy? This is quite disturbing, and this is not something we have to take at a time like this. And it's a strong allegation, and you have to avoid all of this. Just because Rema and Don Jazzy, they are not attempts again, you are now making some insinuations about this whole thing. I think this is not fair on the part of Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy has contributed to the music industry and has built a lot of artists without this kind of complaint. And now you are trying to indict Don Jazzy in a fake story you are cooking up. So sometimes before you post or before you comment on something like that, you've got to, have the same mind, and then also, have some facts at hand, not just allegation. That is something I can say. Don Jazzy and Rema, they are no longer together, and Rema decided to delete everything about his past with Don Jazzy and also his Jonesy word. Now, some people are beginning to analyze the story so well, and we have to talk about it because it's really interesting at the end of the day. There's a growing report on social media right now saying that Rema has parted ways with Maven Records, that is Don Jazzy and Jonesy Ward, after buying out his contract. That is the story right now. Do you think, Rema actually bought out his contract? I want you to put that in the comment section if you have evidence on that, because we've not gotten the story from the likes of Don Jazzy and Prince, and we've not even gotten the story from Rema himself. A lot of people are making insinuations based on the actions of Rema at a time like this. Rema deleted every music videos, pictures, promotions, from his Instagram, and that is really speaking loud enough. A lot of people are saying that yes, Rema left Maven Records with a sad note and with unhealthy mind and all those kind of things. That is what a lot of people are really saying based on these kind of things. And some people are saying that Rema actually bought out his rights or his contract, and that is really disturbing at the time. Right now, is he sacrificing his previous sounds, tunes, to Maven Record and Jonesy Ward? That is the question we need to ask ourselves, because a lot of people are really making that kind of allegation. I remember that a lot of people are warning persons right now before signing music contracts around the world. You have to look in between the lines. If possible, get a lawyer to really interpret terms and conditions for you. That is what many people are really giving out there, and some people are pretty disturbed about the whole story of Rema and Don Jazzy, saying that what is next for Rema right now? Is he going to start a music record label? Is he going to be signed to a record label? That is the question many people are really asking right now, and that is quite disturbing at the time. And Rema has not spoken anything about that. Remember that Rema has been ranting, before now that record labels they are trying to clone him, and some people were quick to say, most people on Maven Records, they sound like Rema. I think that is what Rema is really making reference to, and some other persons are having different type of stories around this. And the best person to tell us what is really happening right now is Rema, Don Jazzy, and Prince. And these guys, they've not spoken about the whole story, and many people are just making kind of assumptions on social media based on the actions of Rema. Is it that Rema actually bought his contract from Don Jazzy and decided to say, I'm not going to promote my past music again because they are, with Don Jazzy and Jonesy Ward? That is what is really, really interesting about this story. But right now, I want to give advice to Rema. You have to consider constitute a great team, and then you have to forge your way ahead. Either you partner internationally on distribution, that is going to help you to actually reach a larger audience, because Rema is a global artist, has a lot of people, listening to him from time to time around the globe. This guy actually made money for, Maven Record to an extent, and he has not spoken his part. I hope everything is well. That is something I can say. And so, many people, we understand that, the uncle of Rema at Igbanke spoke about Rema not really recognizing him. And I came out with a particular video that says, yes, the uncle is speaking about his part now. What did they become? What did he become to Rema when his father died? A lot of people actually understood my own point of view about the whole thing. But my advice to Rema right now that he has left Maven Record is to go to his root and a kind of make amends with them and forgive them to an extent, and then come back to the music scene and start his music career. That is something I can say. And Rema should not start an independent record label, because it will take a lot and he's not going to sustain that. All he needs to do now is to get signed to a particular record label, and that is going to work pretty fine for Rema. And this could be under favorable conditions, terms, and other things. And he needs a better lawyer to actually interpret it for him. That is another thing I have to say about all of this. What are your own takes about the story? Irastas, the year I turned 21, chart number 6 on UK's album chart on Apple. And a lot of people are saying this is the first time a Nigerian female artist is achieving this good feat. That is a big number. I have to give commendation to Maven Records, Don Jazzy, for really, really pushing Irasta right now. She is getting international attention. Remember that Don Jazzy has sold, major stake of Maven Records to Universal Music Group, and that is really helping the likes of Irasta to sail internationally. And this lady is getting international attention, and a lot of people are really commending her at a time like this. Naira Marley is coming out to say, as a Malian, what people think of you out there is not your business. That is what he is coming out to actually say. Remember that Naira Marley has been heavily criticized on the death of Mohbad. He was really arrested at the time, arraigned in court, and had a lot of issues and the rest. And many people don't really trust him on the death of Mohbad because of the evidence of bullying. That is something you need to understand. And this guy has actually suffered a setback, with his record label. A lot of people are criticizing him from time to time, especially on the death of Mohbad. He's coming out on social media right now to say, what people think about you does not concern you. You have to forge ahead. What is your own take about Naira Marley? I want you to put that in the comment section so that you can talk about it further.